From clean water provision to storm protection, forests provide benefits for everyone, even those who live in the concrete jungle. From an international view, Kenya is a low forest cover country. This is in the consideration that it has less than 10% of total land area classified as forest as recommended by the United Nations. The main forest areas being Mount Kenya, Aberdare Ranges, the Mau Complex, Mount Elgon, and Sharangani Hills. At the time of this feature, the country's forest cover was estimated to be at 7%, a 2.7% increase since 2013. There is still more that needs to be done. The agriculture sector sustains the livelihoods of millions of smallholder farmers and is at the center of national policies to alleviate rural poverty. However, this need for land for agriculture is also the main driver of deforestation and land degradation, according to researcher Elijah Biama.
There will be a rise in sea levels. The rise in sea levels, how will it impact on us? It will have to inundate, flood areas that were hitherto below sea level, like perhaps the Netherlands. Perhaps a time will come when there will be no country like the Netherlands. And even locally here in Kenya, because of the rise in sea levels, some of the coastal areas will disappear. Those nice touristic beaches will be no more, they'll be gone. And to the hinterland, it will find its way through the Rift Valley. And perhaps in Kenya here, a time might come when you see Kenya split into two countries through the Rift Valley, where there will be water in the Rift Valley, and so there will be a western part of Kenya and an eastern side of Kenya. These are things, they look like they are not possibilities, but they could happen anywhere within the country and due to climate change.
Kenya and the world is no stranger to the climate change crisis. In Kenya, severe drought, increasing temperature, unpredictable rainfall, resilient pests and diseases, and many more are occurring on a regular basis.
Climate change is real and is already with us. We don't have to speculate that it will affect our children, our great-grandchildren, no. We live to feel and see the effects, and we are already seeing those effects to the extent that it has affected science. It has affected science because in science there was something called probability, and the issue of predictability of certain trends, certain phenomena. Now, with climate change, you can no longer predict these events. They would happen haphazardly, and you cannot predict. So the people have got to go back to the table again, drawing board, and devise other ways of using models or other techniques to predict these happenings that are arising as a result of climate change.
Machakos County is one of those affected. Similar to other arid and semi-arid areas of the country, the Ukambani region has experienced food insecurity and poverty due to persistent drought and inadequate adaptation strategies. However, the country and its residents are making major strides to combat. Meet George. George is based in Gikwa village in Gatiini sublocation in Machakos County. George is part of a group rehabilitating deserts into flourishing forests.
In the process of doing my work, I came across World Vision, which implemented a project in Divoni A in conjunction with the Drylands Development Program. So when I joined as a trainer of trainees in climate smart agriculture. So we started rehabilitating the place. Initially, the place was a cattle dip, and it collapsed. After the project collapsed, the place became open for public use. It was once a football field. The place was overgrazed. Soil erosion took place. So the place became bare. So when drylands and World Vision collaborated with the community around this area, the project started. That is, the rehabilitation project started. We started by fencing. We fenced using local materials. So we brought, we supplied the community supplied pots, which are in a position to make fence, that is live fence. So, and World Vision supplied us with the barbed wire and the binding wire. So, and the process started. The fencing process started. So, an agricultural officer chipped in and designed the terraces. So, and the community did the trenching, digging and trenching of the terraces.
Partnership is core to this rehabilitation project. That is why the land identified for the demonstration site was public.
The selection criteria, because that is a public land, it was open. We said all the members to come in. We form a group. The group is known as Devoni A, self-help group. Yes. And so with that group of membership, initially we had 80 people working there with small incentives of 300 per day. So there was local input to help in sustaining the project and also to create ownership.
As with any new project, there are numerous ups and downs. The project was no exception. One of the challenges the project faced was acceptability by the locals.
Some of the challenges were that some people said that money was little for them to work for. Okay. Others started saying, thinking about that area might be developed and eventually turns to be owned by an individual. So, okay. So there were rumors which we had to counteract. And one way of counteracting the rumors was to keep on training people, informing them that this is a public land and it is a demonstration center made for their benefit.
Since the project began, every member, including George, has seen tremendous benefit. For George, it has prompted him to set aside a specific acreage of land to plant trees and grass.
We had to select people at a later date using membership fee of 50 shillings. So the membership now declined to 40 people. Okay, so after that decline, so those now became the real members of the group. Members have benefited from that demonstration site, starting with me. Okay, I have set aside 5 acres of land behind me, and I'm implementing using the technology of farmer-managed natural regeneration to implement the project here. I have harvested seeds. The seeds I've used to plant grass here. I'm also pruning and thinning to fence around this plot of land. This is my plot of land. So, okay, other members have benefited through terracing their lands. Other people have benefited through planting grass and also doing tree regeneration, which is cost effective. So, in essence, I can say that the 40 members who are the real members of the group, 20 of them have benefited in different ways. during the last season when it was dry, some members of the group sowed grass, like my area here. This past season I've sowed more than 40,000 of grass from here. These are 5 acres.
Aside from this, George has been inspired to think outside the box and create seed balls out of clay, borrowing a leaf from one of the project's partner, Seed Balls Kenya.
During this rain season, I've sowed seeds, that is grass seeds, from my place to community members. So I've managed to generate 5,000 through sales from the seedlings, grass seedlings, and I have now come to advance the same in making seed balls. These are seed balls using clay to contain the seeds here, to protect the seeds from predators such as birds and safarians. Yes. So 1 kilogram of these seed balls is going for 400, and I guide the farmer in on how the success rate is high, because since the seeds are protected, even if the rainfall is in low amounts, it is still wait for the next season.
As George reflects on the growth of the project and group, the transformation power is evident in his family and throughout the entire community.
As a group, we focus on baling the grass for sale, because World Vision and Dryland supplied us with a baler. We have a hay baler in the location, in Ikatini location. So we will add value to the grass to make more money.
George shares that there is no area that cannot be rehabilitated. If it happened for them, it can happen for any community across Kenya and the world. A community simply needs to start, and all else will come together.
Is that land rehabilitation is possible. Land rehabilitation is possible using simple, affordable technologies like terracing, farm-managed natural regeneration, pits, like these are pits. Yeah, so it is possible to counteract the adverse effects of drought in these dry areas like this one. These are semi-arid area, precisely.
Let's meet the group members. 1.2 kilometers from George is Petronila Mutiso, an ardent farmer and trader. She's part of the group that George talked about earlier.
Mimi hufanya ukulima wa boga, cereals, pamoja na ufugaji wa kuku na ng'ombe pia wa maziwa ninayo.
At first, Petronila and her neighbors were skeptical about the project's idea.
Tulianza tu kidogo na zikakuja tu zikifuatana. Kwanza tulifanya water harvesting, wakati tulifundishwa mambo ya water harvesting na Drylands Development Project. Hapo ndipo tuliweza kuvuna maji kwa wingi kupitia ujuzi waliotupatia, pamoja na kutengeneza farm ponds, wakatusaidia na liner. Hapo mbeleni nilikuwa nalima tu kawaida ile ya kienyeji. Kama ni maji nina harvest kidogo, ninanyunyizia tu tumiti na tuboka twa kitchen garden. Sasa hii inaishia hapo. So after Drylands kuingia, ndio tuliweza kupata hii maji kwa wingi. Na tukaanza sasa kilimo serious hii ya horticulture.